How are you wonderful people doing? My name is Michael, this third gen gamer. Welcome on in to the Stanley Parable. How's everyone doing? Welcome in. We got Ash, we got Rabbit, we got Braden.
Hi.
Braden.
Hey.
Jakey. Welcome in. How much for Braden to slap you? Oh my gosh.
Of course he has that.
Jakey, just because he slapped you does not mean that he gets to slap me. He got to slap you for free because you lost the bet. So, I'm just saying.
I think it started at first. You lost it in a dumb way.
Yeah. And it was as soon as he made the bet, literally the next turn in Pokemon. Oh my gosh. That was so funny. But yeah. Anyways, let's turn that off real quick. But we have the Stanley Parable. Actually, you know what? I need revenge. That's, you know what? You know what? You know what?
Nobody asked.
Okay, there you go. Yay! Woo! Yeah, there you go. So, wow, Michael. I was waiting to use that, Jacob. I've not been able to use that on you at all. That was the main reason why I got that. So, that was great. Finally got to do it today. Woo! Yeah! Hey, Jason, welcome in.
Jason, you can watch.
You can, I mean, I doubt we'll find that much different, but how you doing, Jason?
You'll find a lot different.
But yeah, no, we just got the game. I mean, I actually had it downloaded for a couple days now, but
I'm 3 hours of gameplay in
so
far.
Okay. But yes, I don't know if it's gonna be, I mean, he knows, but it doesn't sound like it'll be that much different, but there's some new content, so that's exciting. So I mean, is it remastered too? Like, does it look better?
When you first load in, you can play the original game without any of the new content.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Game Boy, welcome in. I know, it's truly a miracle. Streaming 2 days in a row, that's insane. Okay.
Special occasion. We're both graduating this weekend, and a new game came out.
Exactly. And then Switch Sports tomorrow.
3 days in a row.
Oh. Yeah. So.
For a record.
Yeah. Let's hop in here. Okay. Really? Is it not going to show up? All right. Cool. Let me see. Come on. Really? Is it really going to do this right now?
All right, class. Time for stretches.
Time for stretches.
All right, everybody, come on now.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Yes, that is Irishman.
Don't worry. That is.
Oh, it is? Okay. Okay, whatever. But yeah, no, we don't have a traditional layout because...
Stretching out here now.
Yeah, you're stretching? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you got it ready. You got it working now.
Oh, yeah.
Sick.
Oh, yeah.
It's 7:31.
Oh, Bentley's howling. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Is that the WBS Energy? Yes, it is the WBS Energy. I had so much fun playing Mario Kart yesterday. Mario Kart was fun. It was really fun. I was glad I was able to do that. For sure. And Mr. Ballin with 24 months, even though for some reason you're not going to get your badge until the 25th month. I don't know why that happens. But thank you, Mr. Ballin, for renewing the membership. Also, I need to make sure stream alerts are on. Now they're on. Just want to make sure, because I had to turn off the other stream alerts because I had it set up in the other layout. Let me see, where is that even at? Oh, it's right over here. I'll just put this. All right, come on. What, is it going to work, or let me just do it. There we go.
Nice.
Yeah, woo, yeah. Woohoo. Imagine, wow, scamming Mr. Bowling out of a badge could be me. How about you just get a 2-year badge, Jakey? Jerk. I don't even think you have a 2-year badge. I still can't believe I scammed Jacob out of first place in Excite Bike. Well, he deserved it. Tell Energy I said hi.
Oh, hi, Irishman.
Yeah, he's right there. Okay, what are they barking at? Oh my gosh. I don't know. I think there's a little bit of voice cancellation, so I don't know if they're picking it up, but yeah, Bentley's howling. But actually, before we get started, this stream was brought to you by me.
New merch.
We have new merch on the channel. H2Owen, water bottles, t-shirts, pint glasses, and tumblers available on the merch store. So without further ado, go check it out at !merch. Anyways, just want to go back to the game. I wish I could be. Oh, okay. You'll be watching the NFL draft soon. That's right. That is.
8 o'clock.
That is tonight.
Half an hour.
Okay, so then we'll find out the Lions who they choose. Let's see.
Hopefully it's not Hutchinson.
Well, they probably will. Let's be
Hopefully
real.
it's not.
Well, that Georgia defensive end.
I'm going to Jackson.
Yeah, he's probably gonna go. I was hoping to go to the Lions, but you know, it is what it is. Can I use it for alcohol? I mean, you could, Mr. Bolin. I mean, just make sure you clean it out when you're done. Okay. Oh, I see it. It disappeared again. Okay, I guess I can't change scenes. That's what? Okay, let me see. I think if I just have it in the there we go. Okay, that's why. Okay. You either want Hutchinson. Blah, no. Okay, I guess Jake, you would know. He follows football. But he's a Packers fan, so I don't know if we can do that. Alan, hi! How you doing? Big fan. And no, I'm not yelling at you. And Tyler, a.k.a. Phantom Base, welcome in. Screw off, Michael. Thank you, Game Boy. Thank you for putting exclamation Packers in the chat. They suck. All right, so let's...
Can't even score touch.
Yeah, and they lost to the Lions at the end of the year. Yikes. Woo. Just because I'm a Packers fan doesn't mean that I don't know football. Well, that sounds like a you problem. That took almost 2 minutes to say hi, calculating. Oh, gosh. Anyways. Woo! Yay! We got a game. Okay. The Stanley Parable. Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the game. We did it twice and oh wow. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 o'clock and call it a day. So, okay, this game is a very quirky game. I don't know, what's the best way to describe it?
You can do your actions, but the game still has control over you, and the narrator will react to what you do.
Exactly, that's what it is. This game is very, very quirky. And like just like that earlier, we set the time like, oh, we might as well just restart it. And then we set the clock again. And then it just gave us this thing saying, oh, you actually did it both times you turn on the game. So I'm sure if we didn't do it right that time, it would have gave us different text there. Is it like Undertale? No, not quite.
You'll see in it.
I mean, I guess maybe some mechanics might be the same, but Jake, you wins the next Minecraft stream. Ooh. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, so I appreciate that. That's how I know you care about this experience. You're paying attention.
Yep.
I don't have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Wait, what? Wait, what? You know, tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you're so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time.
Yep.
Okay.
Next time I'm about to do.
Okay. Go ahead, pick whatever time you want. Even if it's not correct, you've earned it. Wow, what a nice guy. Anyways, I'll let you get back to the video game now. Ultra Deluxe? Yes, it is, Zay. All right, we're here. The Stanley Parable. So I need to turn on... What does that mean? It's extra... I don't know. What do you...
There's more content.
Those subtitles are on. Okay. So medium. Do we want loud or large? Let's just do large. Yeah, let's do large. Wait, can we go bigger? Wait, how...
I have mine on music.
I don't know. I think it would look better on stream though if it was bigger. Yeah. Paying attention. Where's Michael then? Yeah, that is what it is. Okay. All right. So do we begin the game?
Yeah, begin the game. You can also skip the
Oh, okay. The end is never. The end is never. The end is never.
The end is loading.
Click
This
to
is
skip.
the story of a man named Stanley.
We'll listen to
We'll
it.
watch
Then.
it again later.
Oh,
I promise you.
okay.
Well, right now we're playing the base Stanley Parable right now.
Yeah. Oh, I just noticed the aspect ratio is a little off. Oh, it's at 1610. Oh, there we go. Apply that.
Nice.
There we go. That's better. Okay. There we go.
Oh.
SAS detected. Okay, well, we're here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You do one.
Okay.
Just speed run to the end.
Okay.
Left.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Wait, where's the broom closet?
It's coming up.
I need the broom closet. I want to see.
It's where it starts.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Jakey says
Feeling
wait.
a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided
I've
to
seen-
go up to
oh.
his boss's office,
Jake.
hoping he might find
Meg,
an answer
welcome
there.
in.
How's it?
Okay, good. Yes!
broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
No, I don't want to go. I want to stay right here.
In the broom closet.
I'm staying right here.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet.
Oh,
no
really?
reason to still be
I don't
here.
know. There's tons of reasons to stay here. Look at all this stuff. It's so nice and
Hot bucket.
yeah.
In
Why?
the broom closet.
It was
Yeah.
baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
This is good. Oh man. All right. Let's just keep
Are
going.
you really still in the broom closet?
Yeah, we are.
Standing around doing nothing? Why?
We love the broom
Please offer me
closet.
some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Yeah. So. I like the broom closet. There's so much to do in here.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story.
I don't know, Shady might have, Jacob.
whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Yeah. Well, we're still here.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
All right. We're staying in
Stanley
here.
was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Woo! They did, Meg.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of
Wait,
the
I have an idea.
long-term sustainability of your species.
You take control of
Please
them.
remove their
my
corpse
God.
from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
All right.
Take it over, guys. Player 2.
All right.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board.
Yes.
I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. You too. Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Do you know if they must have not added any more content in that?
Maybe later.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley
just gonna
walked
speedrun the rest of
upstairs
this
to his
ending.
boss's office.
I love the broom closet. The broom closet's fantastic.
Stepping into
Lovely
his
room
manager's
closet.
office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this.
You have
What
to wait or
dark
else you get held
secret
up.
was being
Oh,
held
really?
from him?
Yeah.
What he could not have known was that the keypad
Alan, I
behind the
know how the
boss's
narrator
desk
feels.
guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 284. Stanley was in such a
No, I
rush
did
to
too
get through
early.
the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
I didn't let him
That
say
kind of
5.
anxiety isn't healthy. So he relaxed for a few moments with some
I was
calming
trying
new
to
age
avoid this.
music.
It didn't work out.
Oh, this game is just such a strange game, but it's funny.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Oh, Zay, we're trying to do as much as we can.
Much as we can tonight. I'm already 3 hours in at home, and it's gonna take us a while to get to where I'm at currently in the game.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his
keyboard clicking.
chest, as though he felt more
Like a
free
lot.
to think for himself,
do it for hours.
to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Escape? Nope, we're going in.
We're going in.
You probably just
The
had
lights
win.
rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible
what happened there?
secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their
There we
true
are,
nature
47.
revealed. Each bore the
Yo.
number of an employee in the
That's
building,
our room.
Stanley's co-workers.
Oh no,
The
it's
lives
a hub.
of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
I'm
And
seeing the mouse
Stanley,
up, that's why I
one
said.
of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant
Don't pick the mouse
nothing.
up, Edward. Nothing.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No.
He
He
couldn't
refused
accept
to
it.
believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's
else's
control?
control?
Never! It was unthinkable,
Unthinkable,
wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery
Oh,
would
it's
never
possible.
again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Good job, Stanley.
You turned off the power.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
This is the
Was it
main
over?
ending. This is if you follow all Nair's instructions, this is the ending you get.
Yes! He had won!
Wow.
He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command.
Well, we had a little bit of a
Freedom was
detour. We
mere
had the-
moments
we had the
The
away.
broom closet.
And yet,
The broom closet
even as
ending
the
is my
immense door
favorite.
slowed, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries
Hey,
did this
Galen,
strange
welcome on
building
in. How you
hold?
doing?
But
Up,
as
Glasscore.
sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power
Oh,
that he
lovely.
had been
Great.
seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel.
Wow.
Whatever life he lives, it will be his.
Well, that's awesome, Galen.
And that was all he needed to know. It was
Alan should be the
perhaps
narrator for
the
this
only
game.
thing worth
So
knowing.
pretty.
Galen would be such
Stanley
a good narrator for
stepped
this game.
through the open door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me go, let me go.
Stanley
Yes,
felt
we
the cool
won!
breeze
Woo!
upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense
Yeah!
possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was
Narrator
happy.
speaks sense.
To be stolen and smuggled.
We beat the game. We got our
Woo!
first achievement, although it doesn't show up on the screen that
Oh,
we got
that's lame.
achievements. But woo, we did it! 2 achievements for the
Wow.
price of 1, Grandma.
All of his
I'm gonna see
co-workers
if we
were
can get some new
gone.
content yet or not.
What could it
One
mean?
short stream.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting
There's
room.
more to the game than
Perhaps he
just
had
that.
simply missed a memo.
Let's see here. Okay, no, we can't yet. Okay, I'll do another ending real quick.
Okay.
No matter how
remember
hard
this.
Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his
Where
co-workers.
is it? There it is. It's being finicky. There it is. There it is. Take control.
I forgot. Yeah, I remember we
At
did
first,
that.
Yeah.
Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary
Hey, Rabbit,
into the nature
this
of
is called
video
Stanley
game
Parable.
structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in?
Wow.
Alice is
Okay,
at bar
I'm
drinking
over it
his
now.
Granny drove
What do
him
you
to the-
think? Are you
to
sick
the
of this
bottle
gag
with the
yet?
closet fetish.
I think this will be faster.
Ah, then in that case, we'll continue. Now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer?
Whoa.
How long will you spend in
It is
total
interesting,
just
Mike.
to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you
It's a
just
fun
played
little
the other
game.
option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you
Already have
think?
over 100,000
Which choice
downloads.
was the
Really?
better
Already?
one?
Yeah.
Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be
I did the math.
not knowing
It's like
what
$2.5
happens
million.
when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
He'll literally let us sit there forever if you don't restart there.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Need new content yet? I don't think so. They're not going far enough in the game, but we'll do another one real quick.
Wasn't there one with one of the computers? Yeah.
I know we can get an achievement real quick if you want to.
Okay.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now, suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
Oh gosh.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
All right. Wait, you missed door 417.
Right here.
Yeah. Well,
I need to stop picking up the mice. I need to stop doing that.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Dude, I keep picking it up. It's so annoying.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Oh, gosh. Hey, Danny, how you doing?
What's up?
Now, back to door number 437.
Zach, big fan. How you doing, buddy?
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine? All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
So ridiculous.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk. Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
I'm doing well, Zach.
We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
How do you win this game? Very carefully.
I mean, we think we already beat it.
Yeah.
Did it say 416?
Well, he said to touch the
Copy machine.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430! Yes!
We
did
got the
it!
achievement, but you can't see it.
Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley.
For now,
Nothing could
Alan,
hold
for
you
now.
back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now? What were you thinking?
Oh, you're gonna go back over?
Yeah.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken a map until he heard this narration and
I'm
realized
great
it
at
was
following
part of the
instructions,
game's
Alan. I played
design
this game
all
a ton.
along.
No, I know
He
where-
then
where-
praised
I
the
know where to
game
go
for
and
its
everything.
insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique
Yeah.
place to be?
Yeah, it's a very fun
Why
place.
don't we
Yeah.
take a minute just to drink it all in?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
I'm over it now.
now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
No. No.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
Oh, we got music this time.
Oh yeah, he sings forever now.
There once was a man named Stanley,
Then we get tired of it. We
who
can
people
restart, but
considered
how long is the
so
song?
the song will
manly.
repeat.
Oh, okay. Well,
But the
let's finish
truth
this
must be
Okay.
told, he was not
Not
very
very
old
old.
and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way. But his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite
Quite
terrible.
terrible.
And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable.
Hey, family, Almeida, welcome in.
You too will become quite unbearable.
Then she restart.
Okay.
Yeah, there it goes. Okay.
So one thing we want to mention about this game, there's an achievement where if you
All of his
if you
coworkers
don't play the
were
game for
gone.
10 years,
What could it mean?
you'll get an achievement.
Stanley decided to go to the
This is
meeting
for this
room.
edition. If you
Perhaps
had
he
the
had
original
simply
game,
missed
it's
a
only
memo.
5 years. Okay, so I guess I have to go to the other door.
So I guess we'll come back on April 28th, 2022.
When Stanley came to
Or
a set
20
of
or
2 open
2032.
doors, he entered
right
the
up
door on his
here.
left.
Oh, I think it could be right here.
Yet there was not a single
Where's
person
the new
here either.
content?
Feeling a wave of disbelief,
go walk
Stanley
back in.
decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new
passageway.
Quelle surprise.
Wow. What a cool secret.
What a guy. Yeah, that's fair, Rabbit.
That's fair enough.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read
Escape
Mind
or-
Control Facility.
Yeah, why not? We'll skip this time.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
We keep
At
going.
this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
We walk in?
Yes.
Yeah? Alright. Oh, loading screen. We're falling.
Oh boy.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise,
We're gonna
he reflected
die.
that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
That's gonna be us.
We're gonna become Flat Stanley.
Oh.
Oh?
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as
Oh.
Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh.
Oh.
Wow. Remember this section?
And yet it would
No,
be
I don't.
just
You
a few
don't?
minutes before Stanley would
you didn't
restart
play
the
it?
game,
Okay.
back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can
Oh,
walk
right.
has
Yeah,
been
no, I
created
remember.
for
Yeah,
you
remember
long
this
in
section?
advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Stanley pushed the orange lever.
Outtakes.
Huh.
Nice.
Stanley pushed.
Stanley push.
Yeah, this is such a fascinating game.
Yes, yes, yes. I don't know what that noise was. Here's the exit. I don't want to spend too much time in here because I'm trying to get to the new content.
Oh, look at these two. How they
if you play the
wish to
original game, you can
destroy
play the
one
endings
another.
yourself.
How
Yeah.
they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you
Just
see?
insta hit it.
Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Uh-oh.
But listen
Oh.
to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward,
quit
you'll
or
be
do I
walking
get
someone
crushed?
else's path.
Just get crushed.
Stop now and it'll be your only
Wait, what do you
true
wanna do?
choice.
I don't know. What do we do?
Choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let
Oh!
Oh.
Oh, that was close.
What do we do, chat? Do we get killed or do we restart the game?
Yes, do we get killed or restart the game?
First person in chat gets to decide.
Let's see. Reset. Okay.
Reset. Wow. Back in our office.
All of his co-workers were
We're
gone.
gone.
What could
What
it
could it
mean?
mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There it is. Yes,
Wait,
it's
oh,
time. It's time.
New
Yes,
content!
new content.
New content!
Woo!
Woo! Let's go!
Let's go ahead and walk in the
Oh,
door.
whoa. I think that's just the game being super sensitive.
Okay.
Oh, new
content.
content?
Let's go.
What does that mean? New content.
Ooh.
We're playing the base game the entire time until this moment. Finally let us new ending or new content. Here we go.
Alright.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Can you get this on Xbox, PS5?
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Maybe if I turn down my DPI.
Is it broken?
There we go.
What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, here we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
No, we couldn't jump.
All right.
Oh.
All right, let's see. It's
Wait, how do you
the
jump?
circle.
Circle.
Oh.
Don't use my jumps.
Why not?
Later, I used my jumps here. I couldn't use them later.
So is that like, should I just not use them? Like,
You can do whatever you want. But just say at least one.
I'll, Where did you guys find this game? I mean, where did you find this game?
During freshman year, I was at Michael's apartment in the open area. And I was a little bored, so I just went on Steam and I ended up finding Stanley Parable from 2013 on Steam.
Is that it?
Download it.
Surely
We
that's
spent
not
the
all
entire
the
night
new
going through all the
content.
endings.
There has to be something else, right?
We found out there.
Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions
Took
of
him
this
4
game
years.
are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes
Although
for
I
exciting
found,
new
well, the
content?
thing is, I've seen this
If
game
is new
before that. It
content,
was from
then I could just
Stephen
read you the
Plays.
whole
Oh, really?
dictionary.
What
There's
the
20
heck?
hours
Okay.
of new content
But
right
Stephen
there.
Plays did
Hell, I
a
could
first
count to
20 or something. I think
30
that's what he
trillion.
calls.
You could
like,
put that
for
on
this
the
game.
box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is. That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." Quality Assurance Department signed off on this. I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
No, I don't want to leave. Okay. Oh.
That same door will be open again. Actually, like.
Oh. What the? Okay.
Psst, Stanley, come over here. In the vent.
I
want to show you something.
Normal area.
Okay, we'll do it. Yeah.
What happened?
Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
Okay,
This
fine.
is one event. I don't want to.
Yeah.
To go through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh, never
Hi,
mind.
Kay.
You're not a dog.
Wait. I like.
Doing it.
Let's see. Okay, no. That. Oh, that'd been so funny.
Yeah. Coffee.
Okay. Oh, that's funny. Psst, Stanley.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made
It's
something
$24.99
special
on Steam.
and tucked it away
But if you
here
wanna buy
where
the
the
old
game's
version, it's
developers
15,
won't find
but-
it.
Nice.
Just our little secret. Take a look.
All right.
Pretty sure it's $24.99.
I don't.
I call it the memory zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Wow. Wow.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the memory zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Wow.
$1. The demo.
Oh yeah.
We played the demo.
Yeah.
That's achievement right there. That's the
Yeah.
first game.
Yeah, for the first game, yeah, if you have the old game, if you turn it on, don't play it for 5 years, come back to it, you get this achievement. Now it's 10 years.
For this game.
No.
I think it's
College shows uneven effort to enroll poor. Business leaders punishing election of all council allies.
What should be Elliot?
All right.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an
It sounds like
hour
us
of
when we
new
talk to Jakey when he
elevator
doesn't do
content.
stuff for the content.
yeah. Two-door.
Oh,
They come.
okay.
Here's another moving passage,
So it's
this
just like
time from
tons of reviews?
GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable,
like dust.
surprising, and rewarding choices
Maybe
I've
dust.
ever been confronted with in a game.
Everyone's like,
9
"Oh,
out of 10.
exactly."
Don't you get it, Stanley?
Just
The
getting the
game
dust
was
out of there.
perfect. It didn't need anything else.
There.
It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone. To spend the rest
Yeah,
of
we're good.
time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
The right.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before.
Uh-oh.
What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Xbox. My review thing is pressure pressurized gas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's hilarious.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Alright. That's a good one, though.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always
Imagine
looked,
if
to
this
be
was your
honest,
review,
I had
though.
always
Got
thought
put
of the
in here.
game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I... What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe
Meg,
letting you
it's a
skip
fun
ahead
time.
for just a moment,
It's a quirky
surely it
game,
could
but
be
it's
done.
fun.
Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews
Yeah.
of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes,
Yeah.
a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and...
He talks for a bit, but okay.
You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what... Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45... Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really... Oh, Stanley,
You're a menace.
back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks.
Uh-oh.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again.
True game,
Welcome.
What?
I have had time to think about you and about us.
This actually took me like 10 minutes to get through. You're gonna get through it.
Uh-oh. He stopped talking.
Yeah, fun.
Uh-oh.
He'll talk. He'll be talking. One.
Okay.
Actually, no. This thing's. The clock fell and the tree's dead. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
Oh.
The tree died and the clock fell on the wall earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Feel the skip now.
But they didn't understand that game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they nagged.
Just be silent here. Just ominous. I think the next mission is he's gonna be speaking.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Yeah, Rabbit, it's because of the mic's not like directly lined up with Braden, but
Oh. Sorry. You're destroyed. I seriously spent like 15 minutes in the skip button. You're gonna spend like 3 minutes in the skip button. I was gonna tell you about it before we started, but I decided not to. I was gonna bring it up when we got to it, and you walked right up and hit it. I had no time to say anything about it. Wow.
wow.
The whole plants are growing. It's so funny. You just went up and pressed it immediately.
Oh.
It died.
Ooh, this is very ominous. Okay. Skip. Oh.
The hole. So I saw something you go first, but go. We're out.
Woo!
We're out of our cell. There's a part in there where he realizes the door's gone.
Oh.
And he just completely skipped it.
Oh. Oh well.
Turn around and walk backwards. Walk backwards.
Oh.
We were in so long that desert is about to get so long we skipped forward.
Yeah, we're like in the Wall-E world.
Yeah, look wherever you want now. It's fun to spin. I think it's a timer.
Wow, this was quite the ending. Yeah.
Back.
All right.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Content. Look at the sign. Go back to
Oh,
the sign.
good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have
New
something
content.
very exciting to show you.
New content.
Oh boy. Oh. Oh. This is such a. So let me go back in the elevator.
Lions on the clock.
Oh, there.
Jaguar.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this Ultra Deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this Ultra Deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Let's go! Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Let's go.
Woo! Yeah!
Yes, you see, isn't
Taste
this
the
far
sequel.
superior to a measly re-release
so
with
many,
a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Woo!
Oh.
The bus. Oh.
Any new features? Guys?
New features! Woo woo woo!
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Ooh. Alright. Hear your name in the game.
Yeah, here.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game.
Wow.
Isn't that wonderful?
Whoa!
Great.
Jim. Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll
We're
love
Jim.
it.
We're Jim now.
Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply
Hey, that's fair,
become a
Game Boy.
person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and... Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again. Jim. Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation. Jim. Whoa there, Carl. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are. Jim.
Oh, great.
Oh, they got Aiden Hutchinson.
Great.
Oh, I hit Jim all the way down. Let's see, can you hit these buttons?
I tried. I don't like it, Jig.
Ew. Alright.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Wait, so is our feature in here?
There's an epilogue.
Please no screenshots. New updated ray trace.
Jump circle.
New easy achievement.
Yeah.
Wait, is it just...
I don't know. You walked out. Get your free achievement.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist.
Oh my God.
Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
So it'd be infinite.
I got scammed.
Target achievement. Bullshit.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Which one? This one?
Oh, when you're what you're.
Oh.
just keeps going.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact
True,
a
Jakey.
hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Wait, can you stay in here and?
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
I don't know. I like this. I like the hole.
Okay, Stan, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely?
Oh my gosh,
I
Game Boy.
figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite?
It's a
If that
Roman
works for
numeral.
you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole.
Can we
and
crouch
move
or no?
on. I'll just be up here when
Oh.
you're ready.
Two of us. No. Energy though.
All right, let's see.
You get two.
Sincerely, management. New mug.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my
Yeah, he
ideas
is.
for the sequel.
Hey, what if we jump back in? Let's see.
Can.
Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much.
I do like holes.
Normal. Normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of...
I don't went faster that time.
Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time?
Oh.
I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did
Alan.
before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough?
Do it again.
I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about, and I've had enough of the hole. Gosh, guest, you're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow.
Smaller.
Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability in marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is.
Oh my God.
Shame that my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. How is this still going? I know you're obsessed with holes,
I
but
really
at this
am.
depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Oh no.
Is the teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again.
Oh my God.
Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
He actually walked away. Ready? God.
Wait, they actually did lock me in.
I didn't do this much with the hole when I first did it. So I don't know what happens here.
Yeah, no, I have to reset.
I hope not. I'd like you to.
Yeah, no, it doesn't let me jump or
Oh
anything.
my God. I know you can't jump.
No. Wow, so sad. Wait. Oh, wait.
You're about to reset, dude. I can't believe you.
Oh, thank goodness we didn't reset. We get more of the hole. Michael's hole.
Gets the better of you.
No, it didn't. We got the better of it right now. Wow.
I jumped on it twice when I went through my run, so I'm really glad you can get it.
Michael, change your perspective. Whoa, we get to see Stanley. Woo!
This is so sick. I'm so mad I missed this.
Whoa, that's Stanley.
Stanley.
Is this the first time you actually see
That's
Stanley?
your next thumbnail right there. You ever play this game again?
Wow.
Oops.
Change your perception.
This is so sick.
Oh my. This is great. Change your reality? What?
Yo!
Whoa!
Oh, change
Puppies?
I'm so mad I missed this. So sick.
Oh, change yourself?
Perspective F.
Oh. What the?
Wait, 427.
Wait, let's change yourself. What the?
What are we?
What the? Wait, is that the kid from Ice Age?
Yeah, it is. Looks like it can't change
Oh.
I'm so mad I missed
Stanley? Stanley!
Oh,
Oh, good, you're
Aw.
awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there,
No, it was
drifting
so
away
cool.
into
Oh,
dreams.
that was cool.
But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating.
It was
that
pretty
I want you to
fascinating.
be wide awake for every second of it.
We love the
You
hole.
don't
actually
want to
so
miss
mad I
a
missed
single
that.
moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really,
Oh my
truly
God.
focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodlepip.
Back down, please.
Come on.
Please, let's go back down.
Is it the end?
Please.
Come on. No.
Please, screen.
Gosh dang it. That was a great ending.
That was so sick. I'll push back to this.
Well, it puts you back here.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new
Bucket
features.
last.
Bucket
Yeah,
last.
you can fucking where are you yourself?
Oh, wait. Oh, to the.
Behind you.
Oh, behind me?
Left. Oh,
No, that's fine.
they're open.
This one? Oh, okay.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on
Okay.
this one. I think that in the new version, the
Okay.
office could use a bit of
Oh, that's
decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and
Oh.
Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
In my run, I clicked to the white, then
Oh.
it gave me all the blue balloons. So if you get the blue, see what happens.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
Oh. So he's a jerk. Wow.
Get well someday. It's that or happy 12th birthday stepniece.
What if I hit the other button?
It doesn't do anything. Those.
Oh. Is that it?
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No. No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Jumps left. I didn't have any jumps left.
So what?
You know what, Stanley? I actually think the jump circle was a pretty good idea. I'd like to hang on to that for the sequel.
Jumps.
Yeah. Meh.
But when I did that, I used all my jumps immediately. Oh, you can go to the collectible.
Which is
The
oh.
big thing.
Oh.
Walking.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game.
I tried
In the
Stanley
Stanley
merch store.
Parable
Every time I
2,
got to the
you'll
pay
run
screen, it took me
around
back to the
gathering
home
up these
screen.
major Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you
heck?
move the hell on with your unremarkable.
Wait, are there actually 6 of them?
Yeah. But not in this area, they're actually in the actual.
Oh.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
To the right, to the left. Oh,
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it,
So now
Stanley?
you're upset you
yes,
didn't do the
yes,
whole-
it will go at the end
Yeah.
of the...
pretty upset.
well, we'll figure that out later.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. The reassurance bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
The bucket.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Wow.
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more awaits you in the Stanley Parable 2.
This feels like a normal day to me.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
We've already went.
Or anything else we haven't?
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2
Behind the
is
ropes.
just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2. Now that's an artistic statement, right? All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to?
Yes, I have.
Ready to move on now?
The bucket doesn't even have a list, I know.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I
pretty
know
good.
it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going
Imagine
to
them
work.
actually make
There's
a
definitely
Stanley
a
Parable
good
2.
game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll
Imagine
arrange
if they're
these
probably
new
doing
features
this just to
together,
see
and
if
we'll see whether or
people
not
would actually
it
buy it.
coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Yes! Woo!
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's
Circle
sort
the
of...
bucket.
Okay, never
And
mind.
the skip button.
Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I
There's a
do very
collectible
much
down there.
enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to
There's a lot.
anything.
Like all of them.
I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into
No
it.
kidding.
Tastefully, of course.
Wow, the
With
concept
respect,
of DLC.
with care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
So, the sequel. Then the Parable 2.
Whoa. Yeah, that's the... Yeah.
Also, listening to
All right.
This is the story of a man
Okay.
named Stanley.
This is the actual intro to the
Stanley
game,
worked
but
for a
with
company in a
sound.
big building
Oh.
where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job
We spent an
was simple.
hour into the game.
He sat at his
watching
desk
it.
in room
It's 2 hours
427
at this point.
and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Wow.
And then one day, something
The only
very
button to
peculiar
push is
happened.
Jacob's. Good
Something
point.
that would forever change Stanley. Something he would
You
never
read
quite
too, so-
forget.
Yeah.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say
So did you have the
hi.
blue balloons? or
Never in
something?
all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone.
So is
What
there
could it
anything else we
mean?
could look at in there?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Stanley picked up the bucket.
Where do we take this?
Stanley
Oh.
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Yes.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it?
Oh.
The broom closet. It wants the bucket.
What?
You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go
An
with the
hour
other
and we're
cleaning
back in the
supplies.
broom closet.
Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket.
Can I hand
I
over the
know
bucket?
how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together.
Oh my god.
Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
Come on, I wish you could drop it.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all.
Okay.
Here we go. There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion.
Property of Stanley.
Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their
stay
relationship
in
to
here
broom
with the bucket.
closets in the natural order of things. All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see? I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket.
Oh my
That
god.
way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
We have our bucket with stickers
You
on.
know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
Oh, come on. Open.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to
We
the
go
boss's
downstairs?
office.
There we go.
Let's go.
I'll grab that one.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Oh my gosh, Alan.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket.
The bucket's gone.
Indeed. Now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it?
Yeah.
I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him. Stanley! Stanley, it's me! The bucket! Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one
yes.
bucket after
Look at
the
the
next.
buckets.
None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along.
Oh my
It
god.
was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
Bucket was inside of us. Gosh, that's freaky.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like
There's
any
no?
other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself,
It's not
and then
about the friends,
collapsed
about the
dead
friends
on
who
the
kicked the
sidewalk.
bucket along the
Right
way.
away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
That's
Ugh.
so originally, if you did the ending without the bucket, base game, die.
Huh.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Actually,
What
no,
could it
it's not.
mean?
Bucket.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest
Do we go
and
to our right
entered the
this
door
time?
on his
No, it's
left.
up to you.
This was not the direct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the... No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Nope.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not
Collectible.
question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact.
Wait, can
He
you-
was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Wait, was there? We'll go back. Go back. To the left. Oh, there's a vent. There's a vent to the. There's
Wait, where?
a figurine.
Oh wait.
There's a
Oh,
vent.
there is. Oh. Okay.
Continue on. Amogus.
Yes.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see? There's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this
No
point."
way.
Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding
How you
of
doing?
what is
Shady
and
past, yeah.
isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Yeah.
I've never seen it before. Entirely new stuff.
Oh!
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
Okay, we're gonna play a game.
Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin.
Do you want to do it?
Item 1. Is this a
What if we
bucket?
hit
I
no?
don't know. It's up to you.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Oh, it's.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
I'm gonna say yes.
Incorrect. It is a 3D printed
Oh,
recreation of a
okay.
bucket, not an actual bucket.
Okay.
Awesome.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
No.
I knew it.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
Oh, okay.
Item 4.
Yes.
Is this a bucket? Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one.
Okay.
Is this a bucket? Correct.
What?
This is a bucket.
You fooled me.
Let's go.
Item 6. Is this a bucket? Trick question. Both. Gotcha. Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
Yeah, this has been a blast.
Yes.
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket. And we both clearly know that a bucket is something. And therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket? You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was
You
all
are
I
a
ever had
bucket.
to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
No!
Okay, here we go.
No! No! He got rid of our bucket!
What happened? Is everything gone?
Everything was a
Why did
bucket.
everything disappear? Wait,
Oh!
was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my
You're
God,
confused
I
too,
had no
yeah, I know.
idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything, and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
Yes. That is a very good idea. This is not the bucket parable.
Ultra Deluxe.
I want to get this game. You should. It's actually pretty
The
fun.
confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
Right again?
And
Yeah, we're gonna
this
go
was
that
not
other way.
the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the
So he didn't
employee
jump
lounge
down that
was
time.
simply the place to be. And here it
We'll
was.
just stay on that
Had
path.
the bucket turned out to be correct? Was no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No, it just loops back.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there.
Oh.
Go to the cargo
You
lift.
fall.
Can I, how,
Go over the railing.
oh. Yes.
Free collectible.
Woo! Okay, no, I don't
We
want
got a
to.
raid.
Oh, we're getting raided. Oh, hello. Welcome in, Raiders. We got a raid from Linz. If you don't know who I am, my name is Michael, is known as 3rd Gen Gamer. I do a lot of variety content and Pokemon content. And today I'm here with Braden, a friend of mine,
Hey.
and we're playing the Stanley Parable
Ultra Deluxe.
Ultra
This
Deluxe.
turned out to be Stanley Parable 2.
And also thank you, Price, for being a member for 11 months. Can we get some hype in the chat for Price? Thank you so much, Linz, for the raid. That'd be awesome. I don't know. Do we have one of the mods here that can... well, I'll just do it right here. Exclamation Linz. Everyone go subscribe to Linz. How did the stream go? Thank you, Jacob, for grabbing the link. Hopefully your stream went well. So if you don't know what the Stanley Parable is, it's a very different game. I don't know. How do you explain this? It's just...
We decide where to go, and the narrator decides what we do after we decide where to go. And the narrator talks about what's happened.
Yeah,
Basically.
essentially. And then we got into the bonus content and it unlocked a bucket, and now we're going through the game with a bucket, and we're seeing tons of new endings in the game, which there's tons of different endings based on what decisions you make throughout the game. And yeah, no, right now we're trying to get a collectible, which is over here.
There's
So,
6 of them we have to get.
oh, can we fall to our death? I don't want to.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name
You
for
have to
these
play
things. What about
this game, Linz.
mini
It's not, yeah, it definitely
Stanley
would,
figs?
Linz.
Or
But just make
what
sure you
about
hang out in the broom
Stanleys?
closet. It's
Yes,
a good
I think
time.
I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Go in that vent.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, where is that? Over there.
Yeah, just
Okay. Yeah, let's not.
You do die.
Yeah. That wouldn't be fun, wouldn't it? There we go. I wonder if that takes us.
Loading.
Uh.
This is entirely new.
Yeah.
Doors closed.
Yeah. No, you're good, Linz. Thank you so much for the raid. But yeah, no, Linz, I think you would enjoy this game. It has a lot of good witty humor.
All new.
Yeah, this must be new content. Oh boy. Okay. So let's see if we hit play.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore.
Linz, I highly recommend it. It's $25. Normally it was released in 2013, but yeah, they did a remaster. It came out a couple days ago
Makes
with new content.
the sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense.
weird.
There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms.
Oh my gosh.
Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure?
What the heck?
I can monetize it.
Oh my gosh.
A bucket.
It's unthinkable
We all want a
the
bucket.
amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my
What is
golden
this?
ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going
What
to be a
is-
target on my back.
Yes, get Danny to 1K.
Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
What? What is this? What? That's it?
What?
What happens? Oh, we're back here.
What was that ending?
Okay.
What in the...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
That was a weird
Stanley
ending.
decided to go
Gotta
to the
grab the
meeting
bucket.
room.
Always grab the
Warmth
bucket.
spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
Alright, gotta go back.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
No, of course it's not
But
the correct
Stanley
way.
had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Never mind.
was
The
wrong.
bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left.
That was
to go
weird.
back
That
to
was
the
a weird
meeting room.
ending.
No,
Yeah, so-
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go
off.
somewhere else.
Yeah, we just want.
The cargo lift, yes.
Yeah, we're gonna ride
Good.
the lift all the way
Said the
this
bucket.
time. I'm
Now
glad we
ride the
fell
lift
down
all
to
the
that
way to
spot
the
though,
top.
for
There's
that
something
little.
up there I
Is this
need
a
you to
bucket
do.
game? Oh my gosh,
Stanley
that was
did not
so
question
great.
why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Okay.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over
Is
here.
this?
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Oh.
Here's the phone call.
Now pick up the phone.
Two choices.
Said the bucket.
That or pull...
Yeah. We can always pull the plug the next time if we
Yeah,
wanted to.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his
Oh
bucket.
yeah.
Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely. He could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Oh.
A button.
Wait, what?
Button.
Oh. Oh. The doorbell or something?
420.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, what? It did? Hmm?
Close the button.
Bucket! Press X to take me to work with you.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his
In his
head.
office.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional
As stupid
like
as it
this,
sounds, I think the side
obsessing
quest makes
over
more
an
sense than the
inanimate metal
original
object?
one.
I want to say something to
Yeah.
him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Back to work.
Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think. It can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
But what's the cod, man?
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. Once upon a time, it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
And you're like,
For me.
Sad. But I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
You believe in real dice?
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket.
oh my
It's just a
god.
little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
H to relive the same
Over
thing.
and over.
Oh my God, what am I saying? better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
To go home.
Work to home, work to home.
Oh no. I'm having feelings
for the bucket.
For the bucket. Oh no. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it.
No.
Give it to me now. Give it or I'll...
Wow.
It's a long. Okay.
Okay.
Stanley picked up the bucket. He'd never
All right,
been
so
Stanley
do we
clutched
want
the
to pull the
bucket
plug or
tightly
do
to
we?
his chest
Down.
and
All right,
entered
let's pull
the
the
door
plug.
on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him
The
that
laundry
the
room?
employee lounge was
Oh,
simply the
lounge.
place to be.
Oh, yeah.
And here it was.
Oh
Had
no,
the
Michael's
bucket
obsession
turned
with the
out to be
bucket's
correct,
much
was this
stronger than
better
the shower head
meeting room?
obsession. Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
Stanley thought to himself. Yes,
That's from
perhaps
her
it
story.
truly was.
Yeah.
How insightful the bucket turned out to
Yeah,
be.
Braden was a part of the whole thing.
Operation Drip Drop.
Yes, Operation Drip Drop. And Jason was here earlier. He was a part of Operation Drip Drop.
And it worked.
It did.
There was a moment where Michael
Truly,
was up,
being
up on
here with the
top floor,
bucket was a grand
and me,
adventure.
Jason,
Oh.
Stanley
me,
reflected
Jason,
on
and,
all they'd
Josh
been
were
through
all
together.
in the bathroom
First,
of
walking
No,
through
I
the
wasn't
door
in
on
there.
the
It was
right,
Operation.
then
Yeah.
walking
We
to
were
the
all in,
lounge,
like, a shower
then
stall.
arriving at the
Someone walked
lounge.
into
What
the
a
bathroom.
thrilling journey
We were
the
like,
bucket had inspired.
We ended up getting away with it anyways. Yeah, I don't know what was said there, but
Perhaps this was where the bucket felt most truly at home. Here in the employee lounge.
maybe this game goes in
Perhaps
weird
it's the
directions,
only
but why?
place a bucket can
It's
even
a great game.
feel
That's
at
why.
home.
Oh.
God, say more. Come on.
Stanley decided to just give the bucket absolutely as much time as it needed to be in the lounge.
The broom closet.
Clearly, the bucket
Yeah.
and the employee lounge shared a special connection.
Oh gosh. Come on. Come on, come on. Alright, well,
Long enough.
But finally, the bucket was done being in the lounge, and they took the first open door on
No.
the left to get back to business,
No,
I thought it was.
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to
It
the
really
top.
has been. All
There's
the-
something
the-
up there I need you to
He
do.
explored some DLC
Stanley did not
content.
question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Okay.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Okay. Yeah.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
Whoa! Hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk.
It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket.
Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
Wait, what? Oh.
What is
There we go.
comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny."
What the heck?
Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
Dunny with the funny. I'm Dunny with the funny.
I'm Dunny with the funny.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence and who very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Do not reprint or redistribute.
We went from how.
Hey,
doing
goodness,
jokes to
this video is a little
Yeah.
outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic
Hey,
timing
Mark, how
are
you
still
doing?
as relevant today as
You're
they
missing
were
out
back
on the
then.
bucket.
So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with
right,
more
Shady?
appropriate comedic
Oh my
delivery. Come along, let's head back.
We're going back to the two doors.
Oh. Oh.
We can't jump off of the anymore.
Ah.
I was gonna say, what happens if we jump off?
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches.
I'm telling you,
talking
Admark, this is a
bucket, you'll say.
fantastic
How
bucket. If you
ridiculous.
go like
How
15 minutes
absurd.
back.
What a
lost our bucket.
hilarious concept.
We did!
The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video.
We lost the
Otherwise,
bucket sticker.
who knows where we'd be right now.
We
Well, I
jumped up
wouldn't
the
be the
cargo
king of
lift with the
comedy,
bucket?
that's for
Not
sure.
yet.
The bucket spoke to Stanley.
Oh,
The
yeah.
bucket
Well,
spoke.
well, I mean, like falling to our death with the
bucket
bucket.
spoke.
we've not
Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
You gonna make us try to go through the left door again?
I think Shady joined in the middle of the bucket game. And he missed. We jumped off the lift in that
Oh.
doorway.
Oh,
That-
maybe.
and that's how we got through the bucket game.
Oh, maybe.
I think it's when he joined us.
Oh. Oh, no, I don't think so.
Here we go. You ready?
Go.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open
We're gonna
doors,
go to the
they
right.
entered the door on the left.
What the?
Whoa!
What the?
What? We're back at the phone already? No, what's going on? There was supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point, a dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates
Okay, I
in
got
this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to.
And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think...
No, we're not gonna rewatch
Go
this.
back and rewatch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my...
Oh, come on.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a
We
set
have
of
to go
two
right.
open doors,
We have to go
they
right.
entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already? No.
Restarted again.
Here we go.
Yeah,
You
alright,
ready?
Let's see if
When Stanley and the bucket came to
We
a set
wanna
of
go
two
right.
open doors, they entered the door on the left. What?
I don't think maybe
We're
we
back
can't.
at the phone already?
Yeah, I think it
No.
might be.
Go left now.
Yeah.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the
Get up for a
bucket came to a
shower.
set of two
Oh,
open
bucket.
doors,
Yeah,
they
I
entered
guess
the
so.
door on the left. No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this
We
is all
did.
covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all
Justice for the
your
narrator.
fault, Stanley. I'm
it,
going
go
to be
back in here.
ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Well,
I knew it.
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions
Well, I don't-
pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley.
we did it! We beat the game again! Yay!
Wow,
second
pale
time.
with shame.
Woo!
In love with it, just as you are. Pale with shame.
Yeah, I don't know.
Pale with shame. Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket?
Yes, that was another
This
ending.
bucket is so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of
Wow,
the
thanks,
bucket.
Adamart. Wow.
That's the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos.
That's the tutorial cleared.
That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional
Oh,
videos.
gosh.
Let's see.
Let's see. Oh, let's see.
Like you restart.
Oh, yeah.
Bucket.
Yep, gotta grab the bucket.
Got it.
The good old bucket. Stanley and the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
I think we've done
entered the
everything
door
to
on
the
his
right,
left.
have we?
Yeah, we back to.
Oh, we didn't try jumping off.
Oh, this is Fall to Our Death. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him.
What if it
telling
saves
him
us?
that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left
No.
to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift.
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms.
Oh, Shady Pass, I appreciate
How
you being
deeply
around.
touching.
It's alright if you have to leave stream. That was new. Well,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
bucket gone?
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Everybody's turned right.
yeah.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
You try the phone room without the bucket?
Stanley
I mean,
clutched the bucket tightly
we
to his chest.
played the original
and
game, so I'd
entered the
assume it'd
door
be
on
the
his
same.
left.
Oh, the sticker's back on the bucket.
Yay!
Let's go left this time.
I do want another.
Where?
Keep going.
Oh,
Good.
yeah.
It's the way.
What the?
Wow.
Oh, let's go.
Going.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
I don't know. Let's see. Will he say anything else?
Yes.
Honestly, the best part was the big hole.
Oh yeah.
That was awesome.
That was so cool, man.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Get bathroom. Already see.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines.
If
and
the
now I'm
bucket actually
torn
saved you, I
between
might-
Stanley
I see.
and Figlets. What do you think,
Oh.
Stanley? What name better encapsulates the
have
intrinsic
all
sense
6.
of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast. Money
crisp.
crisp. It was like
Stepping into
384.
his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
Was that Mr. Krabs'
Yes,
room? Probably.
This is certainly the most logical explanation.
Alright, we got the bucket in here now. Oh!
I missed that one too.
You're getting close now, Stanley.
we are so close
You've
to getting
nearly
them all.
gotten all of the Figler and Marines. Very soon, you'll collect the first one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
Alright. It must be down here somewhere. Okay. We got the bucket. Down here. I wonder how the story, like the main story.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right.
Oh.
The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Sure.
Press the button. I'm up here.
There.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
There you go.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
On top of the desk.
Come on.
Here you go.
Oh.
Here you go. You did it.
But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility,
Oh,
he
thank you so
tripped
much, Ash,
and
for
fell
buying
over
the H2O
railing
bottle.
and into the
That's so
dark
cool.
void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall.
The bucket saved us,
Now,
Shady.
what to do next? Stanley wondered.
It did. Shady!
Stanley and the bucket could find no
Buy the
way
game,
out
buy
of
the
this
game.
Go buy the
enormous
game.
pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here. So they
felt like
set up a little
crap.
couch and relaxed. It really wasn't so bad down here. A bit cold, perhaps. After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket was clean. But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started
Did you
to
do
feel
this?
like a home. In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility.
Found this.
Oh.
He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning. It unsettled the bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail.
What is
All
this?
Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending. This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually. It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
Okay. And we're back.
All of his
Okay.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay, let's do the real ending. Wow, we have to find that last figurine. A humble bucket is my new name.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the
Was it
boss's
2835,
office.
2845? 2845.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
Contrary to his appearance, he actually said it wrong.
Yes, this is certainly the most
hoping there's
logical
another bucket.
explanation.
Alright, let's get the true ending.
Humble bucket.
Man, who would have thought the bucket would make such an impact on the game?
Yeah.
Found so many great endings.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the
We
large
could try
door that
escaping
read
next.
Mind Control
Maybe that's where the other
Facility.
one is.
Could be, oh, the line.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears.
Oh, okay.
Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do?
Can they hear the
What
narrator?
kinds of things does a bucket want
What
to
do you
do
mean?
or not
Yeah, we
want
can
to
hear the
do in
narrator.
first place?
Yeah.
These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Okay.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point,
Oh, the
he could
player
trust
in the
no
bucket.
one
Well, I mean, we are the
except
player.
for the bucket.
We are Stanley.
Yeah, we are Stanley. We all
But here
are
was the
Stanley.
proof. The heart of the operation. Controls
see if
labeled
the
with
figurines are
emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
No.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
You are the narrator. You know what? That is true. I hit it 5 times. I was thinking it might do something. Oh my gosh, it's a humble bucket. He is here.
Oh my gosh. What?
Michael, the Lions stole the wide receiver. I wanted the package. That's, you know what? You know what?
Nobody
asked.
He's ours now.
Yep. That sounds like a you problem, Jakey.
Hail Mary on you one day.
Yeah. Oh, screw off. Yeah.
When at last they came to the source,
What?
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness.
Yes.
Was it over?
They also stole the Vikings pick.
Nice.
That sounds like a bucket problem.
Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine.
Okay.
Freedom was now mere moments away.
On.
Excitedly, the two of
Yep,
them
you
began
think
to
it'd be
discuss
worth
the
going
kind
through
of
all that
life they
again
wanted
just
to
to
live once they stepped
hit
through this
on?
massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on earth. Both of them wanted
Did
to
someone
begin watching
say
a
my
movie,
name?
any
Yes.
movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support.
Oh.
The door
What?
stopped.
Wait,
Oh.
what was
No!
happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No, no, no. Stanley can't leave this place, not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms, not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room, but at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find
Give our
out.
bucket, ABs.
Oh, is it worth going all the way back?
How
Just
long
hit
was I sitting
on.
there? Stanley wondered to
How do we
himself.
escape?
Minutes? Days?
Wait, we still want to. Oh, I want to escape.
The
I wanna
embrace
escape
of an
first.
old friend, a weathered companionship
Ship
that stands the tests of
time.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly
let's
to his
escape.
chest and entered the door on his left.
I love the broom closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned
I know, he really is
to discover not
disrespectful,
an
Game Boy.
indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Oh man, this has been really fun. I was not expecting to play this long. I was just like, so many good endings. But Adam, Mark, you missed out on some really good ones with the bucket. Oh.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
The bucket's gonna
The
save
door
him.
behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket
What is
still
going
had
on?
every
We're taking a
opportunity
bucket.
to turn around and get back on track.
Thank you
At
for
this
30
point,
likes, everyone.
Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Jakey, that sounds like a you problem.
It's funny because the Packers have been trying to get a wide receiver for a very long time, and we still think
Alright. The bucket's gonna save us.
I hope so.
It's going to save us, I know it. It's going to happen.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Nope.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
I feel like resetting
In a
would set it to a
single
dead
visceral
end. We're gonna have to
instant,
do this all again.
the bucket's life came to an end, as it was crushed violently to death.
No! Okay, let's...
take us this time.
I don't know, let's see.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way,
Oh my god.
but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
Read this whole thing. The grand exhibit.
You are standing at the precipice of knowledge. Much like the bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within, but a cavernous void. But through use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and substantiated. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you learn here out with you into the world? Will you accept an open mind that what may be challenging about the information in this exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit? Or will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were in ignorance and darkness?
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
Adam Mark, I suck at English.
What's more than 25 buckets? I don't... Burno bucket. The war.
Oh my god.
Millions died.
You
No one can control a bucket. It's a wood bucket. The stress bucket. Hoping.
Worrying, negative forecasting, negative thinking, lack of reassurance, vulnerability, size, and strength of the bucket, coping, strategic holes, stress level of water in the bucket, rest, relaxation.
The stress bucket, presented without commentary.
Wait, is there anything up here? No.
First bucket.
It's the first bucket! The cave drawing.
First bucket uses the bucket. Several millennia. Allowing yourself to be used, having judged humanity to be worthy of its treasures. Oh my goodness.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
Wait. Can I read it? Okay, hold on.
What?
Grab the bucket.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Oh.
Look at this room.
Okay.
Wake the bucket.
All of his co-work. The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
We didn't see the other figurine. The cool thing happens if you bring the bucket to the boss's office and back out the door before it can close.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Keep going. Good. Further.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours...
Yes!
Yes!
We did it!
Wait, you just... Wait, do you go this way or?
Where are we going, Goom?
Oh! I don't think so.
Yes. Oh, what's the new cut?
What?
New cut. Not that way. That way.
Oh!
Whoa. Eight Pod Bay.
Okay. Mm-mm. Okay. One more flight of stairs. Allows you to gain the bucket later on during a segment of the new content where you normally can't. Okay. Okay. Oh. Oh my god. Aw, isn't that nice? The scene managed to make me cry when I experienced it. So sad. Oh no. What are you doing? You're gonna leave the book? Wow. No. No.
Where you go now, right?
Why didn't we go with the bucket?
We go off, jump off the lift onto that railing.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started.
What?
And if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
So jump off where?
Lift.
The lift?
when Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps, but eager to get back to business.
So sad we lost
Stanley
the
took the
bucket.
first open door on his left.
You can personally use it with him being the narrator, but it's impossible to bring it.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he
So I mean
wasn't
to fall
5
off?
years ago.
On that railing.
Oh.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off
yeah.
on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for
Have we done-
others?
yeah, we have
Are
done
you
the phone
that
ending,
convinced
yeah.
that I want
Well,
something
with the
bad to
bucket,
happen to
yeah.
you?
Yeah, with
Why?
the bucket.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
Oh, the doors.
Let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Escape pod. Wow.
I guess we all. Oh, wait, no.
Go back that way.
All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place.
When we pulled the
Broken
plug with the-
rooms,
with the
exposed
bucket.
developer
Yeah.
textures.
Yeah.
Is this what you had wanted?
Rabbit, dude, this game
Was it
can go
worth
for as long as you
ruining the
want it to.
entire story
Yeah.
I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely
Yeah.
nothing so
Yeah.
far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Should I give him a 1 or a 5? I want to disrespect him. Hey, Hero Killer, welcome in.
A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid,
Yeah,
I think I've
Goom,
knocked it out of the park with this one.
Yeah, it's
Let's
10
take
years
a
in this
look.
one. The old version, it was, oh, look at that. Worldwide leaderboard. Yeah. Alright, let's go back in here.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on. And now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
Ooh.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect.
Sure.
Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right. And if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure
Yeah,
it's
I'm not sure,
effective?
Goom.
Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
4 hours.
I'm just not going to fire. Sorry.
But gave 4 hours. But
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
No, but we are
because
friends.
if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. It's over.
I know.
Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game?
yeah,
just
I've
to
seen
ease
it
the
on YouTube.
pain.
I've seen the ending
Let's
exactly,
see.
the whole
What
thing.
do we have
It's 2 hours, then it gives you an argument press.
Oh, really?
You go back and forth between them, and then you actually do.
Yes,
the
this
ending.
seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians
original
below
game
you
we played
from
together.
up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some
Well,
sort
except for that
of
one
twisted,
game,
erotic
but-
purpose. Yes, that must be it.
All
What
the
a
crossovers
fascinating
were
venture
different?
into the
Okay.
experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Good, you? Like this? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're playing this. We're playing Stanley Parable.
Parable.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrific, you. Oh yeah. How's it feel being done in college? So good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep, we're both done. Yep, he's already has a job.
Yeah. Where?
Well, all right. So, yep. All right. Let's see. Oh, it does look like Telltale Games The Walking Dead. Oh, the other way. All right. Then there's zombies.
Oh no. No, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game.
It's
Good God,
Firewatch.
quickly block it off.
Markiplier played.
Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it.
I wonder if there's like...
We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay,
Yeah.
I think this will be just the thing.
I remember this ending.
Rocket League!
Bro, I played this all the
Wonderful.
time.
See, this is exactly what I had in
Where's the
mind.
ball?
Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design.
Yeah.
Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Oh yeah, there's an infinite hole. No.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley,
Oh,
here's
here we
the
go.
ball. Have fun.
Yes.
So cool. Or you're speeding up faster.
Yeah. There we go.
do jumps or
No.
you're gonna score.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? What are you doing?
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come.
What if I just ruined it?
Yeah. Oh. Oh. All right, let's see.
Light.
The light, follow the light. All right,
47.
here we go. Huh. Must not be anything in here we can do. Oh, okay.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story,
What
well,
is there a
perhaps
bucket?
he's
We already
gotten
we got rid of the
down in
bucket.
wherever he is right now.
This here's
wonder if
that
he's
was the
happy
original
with his
Half-Life
choice.
mod.
And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything
No,
up at
we
the
don't
end
need you. We
to
need
make
the
sense
bucket.
out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends,
Well,
after it all
everything's
comes to a
bucket.
close,
Everything's a
then
bucket.
I'll be
though.
back.
Oh, wait,
The end will be
Yeah.
here soon.
crossover for new.
Very soon.
I was saying
I
that
can
everything's a
wait.
bucket, so.
Yeah. Okay, please. Yes.
All of his
Oh,
courage
yes!
is gone.
Yes!
What could it
The
mean?
facility on.
And try not to lose this one, too. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Ooh.
Feels good to have the bucket back.
Missed the bucket.
I know.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Here, though.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
For me when it happened,
Was
because it
the
made me
bucket
realize no matter how
guiding
hard I tried, I could not get the
Yes,
bucket.
this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Where's that last figurine though? Maybe.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place
Yes.
hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitor
we need
jumped to
exclamation
life,
bucket?
and
We do
Stanley
need an
nearly dropped the
exclamation
bucket in
bucket.
shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently.
I mean, Braden can
reassuring
take
it
over if he
that
wants to.
everything would be fine.
I had this game at home.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want
Spoilers,
to do or not want to do in the first place?
I'm not going to be
These
exploring
questions
everything
raced
tonight. but-
furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control.
what?
Never!
Oh, I
He
did.
squeezed the bucket
Oh,
tighter.
yeah.
His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
Yeah,
As
maybe,
the
or we
cold
get Nuke, but
reality
the
of his
bucket
past
saves.
began to sink in.
Yes.
Stanley decided that this... But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared
can't
upon the
throw it,
enormous
no.
screen.
Whoa.
Birds. Silly,
Silly bird.
silly birds.
Oh, yeah.
The control buttons became active again.
Oh.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hand, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Oh, that's good. That's it? Oh, okay, that was underwhelming.
What else can we do?
All of his co-workers were gone.
You haven't taken
What
the
could it
bucket.
mean?
Oh,
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
do
he
it.
had simply missed a memo. Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very. Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek.
Right on the dag.
Could his co-workers really all be gone?
No. The computer.
Yeah.
I'm up in a straight line.
Oh, there we go.
Back over to the other side.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear.
We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you
That's
my
true,
true
Gillen.
self.
The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the
he thought it
land
was
and
cool that
lives
it
of
doubled the
untold
ending
numbers of innocent
with the
humans,
bucket.
and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger, of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket!
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No,
Said the bucket.
not since the evil wizard Gambhorata first ensnared me in his machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Stanley screamed even louder this time.
This is stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like...
Fighting like the wings.
What? My God.
What?
Stanley. You did
I
it.
did not- it's not
You
how to do
saved
it.
us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of it.
Oh.
Bucket. Grab the bucket.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this, it takes a lot of humility to carry a bucket so magnificent.
All right, now what?
Stanley checked his ego and then proceeded onward.
Isn't there like an Easter egg or something with this? Oh, that might have been it. It says. Oh. There was something we could have done.
Stanley pressed the bucket up. Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek. Could his co-workers really all be gone?
Huh. Oh, yeah. Once you find the first input monitor, they will carry over to future playthroughs and be more common.
Okay. How do we get the line, journey line?
I don't remember.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this... No, never mind. The bucket
No,
was
we're missing
wrong.
one figurine.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to... And so the two of them
maybe.
detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
This way. This way.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Why?
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before.
Yeah.
Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
In the adventure. Go. All these. No truck left. Over there.
Yeah.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well. Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this.
The narrator knows.
But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
We need to...
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character.
I wish we
This
could.
is the Bucket Destroyer.
No.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
Is it falling in here?
Can you guess what the bucket destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket,
How do you drop
and then
it?
pop it into the machine when you're ready.
I'm hitting E.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the bucket destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait.
I'm
Sure, I
trying.
can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable
Why does it let
characters?
me do it?
Well, you see, if you were to really explore the bucket destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of bucket destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the bucket destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it.
I'm
We
trying
can't get
to.
back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the bucket destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley.
I'm
Give
trying.
the fans what they want. Hurry and...
Well. What the?
The bucket destroyer. My prized creation.
Oh
You had
my
so
God.
much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spell-binding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For
Oh
the
my
moment in
gosh.
time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Love how this game's new content is meta and the perfect way to represent the original's legacy. It knows the player base well. It does.
It really does.
It does.
Maybe the figurine is.
Maybe. I don't know. Oh my gosh.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply
Well,
missed a
time to
memo.
grab the bucket.
Stanley cradled the bucket in a gentle embrace, protective.
Let's
yet
see, what else
delicate,
can we do now?
Assertive, yet compassionate. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered
From
the
all
door
the
on his
endings
left.
we've done. Oh. We're stuck. No. We love the bucket though. We stand the bucket. I think the employee lounge has figurine. Employee lounge?
Okay, so
Was that the right? Yeah, that was the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him
meeting
that
room.
the employee lounge
I
was
don't
simply
think
the
so.
place to be.
Yeah,
And
we-
here
or
it
if we
was.
did, it
Had the
wasn't
bucket
there.
turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to
Go
himself.
this way,
Yes,
then go back to
perhaps
the
it
meeting
truly
Yeah.
was. No, never mind. The bucket was
It
wrong.
has hints.
Stanley took the door on his left to go, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Okay. Oh. Somewhere both red and blue. The doors.
yeah. We can't have the bucket.
You can't have the bucket.
Restart. In the game again.
Wow, Jakey, wow. Alright, so how
Wait,
did we get to the
Stanley
door
thought
again?
to
That
himself.
was...
Am I sure that the
Oh,
orders
that's right.
stopped
Okay.
coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the
Well, we
employee
never
lounge
stopped
first,
inside
just to
the
admire it.
room.
No.
It was okay.
Both we spent the meeting rooms and we went back through it.
But
Both
eager
of
to
us
get
by
back to
ending.
business,
We saw stuff on
Stanley
the
took
wall.
the first open door on
Really
his
slow,
left.
As long as we were spending it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
Oh, there it
Let me
is.
prove.
And there it is. The last
go!
Stiggly Wiggly.
Took us 3
Seriously,
hours.
Stanley, this is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward.
Wow.
I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, go in the red door.
Yeah.
Now listen carefully, this is important.
Yeah, let's just do the red door.
Stanley
Do the blue door.
walked through the red
The
door.
red door ending. One of our favorite ones.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me
I
show
want to go
you.
back. I want to do the whole again.
Yeah.
I missed that when I did it yesterday. I went in twice. Stopped going
What
down
do
it.
we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy.
Yeah.
I actually feel happy.
I think we back up the room. Over there.
Oh.
Don't leave.
No, wait. Where are you going?
It seems
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think. No!
you see
Oh,
Thank God.
thank God. You
back
lived.
outside.
You had me worried there for a
Good,
moment.
good.
Now, can we
Yeah,
please
same
get
here.
back to the
If
other
I wasn't
room?
with Micah right now, I'd be in the chat the whole time.
Yeah.
Telling where to go.
Yeah.
Because he wouldn't know where to go. All good.
We're back.
There. See?
Yeah.
This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
All right.
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this. No. No, no. What are you doing? Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you? Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
Weird.
Yes. Perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see
He
what I'm
just
talking
wants
about.
to be happy, the poor narrator.
I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
I don't know why he's upset. You're doing
Yeah.
No, perhaps not. My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Bye.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore.
Man, the narrator's so
You
sad.
actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me?
Back to the happy place.
I wanted us to be happy here, Stanley. I really did. I still thought that was possible.
Oh, look how pretty it is.
So pretty.
All right. So slow. Surprised he hasn't said anything yet.
Too sad. I wonder if this is different.
Well, I guess we'll see.
We're in the Ultra. I did this ending before I got to bucket. Go.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Yeah. I think... Is there anything else that happens after this? Like after those events, or just... Alright, well, I mean, we are at 3 hours, and I mean, we got through a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah. Probably a couple things. I don't know what. We got through a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun. Not sure if we'll play it again on stream, but, I mean, you know, it's still fun to play. And, yeah.
We won't finish it, so that way you have to buy it.
Yeah,
that yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're almost done with the main story of the new content, though?
What else we have to do?
Like less than 30 minutes left? Okay, so where do we go then?
What else we left to do?
Yeah, what's left? Board is left. What do you mean by that? Nah, it's alright. Well, what we'll do is we'll just wrap it up here. We'll do a raid. So let's go find somebody to raid. Who is live right now? We could do... Yes. I already raided you before. Yeah, we'll do Inferno Men. So yeah, we'll do a hashtag Ho on Homie raid. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Thank you, Braden, for coming along here for a good time. And yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.